ਮਟਕੇ ਕੀਤੇ ਤੇ ਕਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਰਲ ਦਾਰੂ ਪੀਤੇ, ਕਈਆਂ ਅੱਖ ਮਟਕੇ ਕੀਤੇ, ਕਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਰਲ ਦਾਰੂ ਪੀਤੇ, ਕਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਗੱਡੀ ਤੋਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਬੜੀ ਕਮਾਈ। ਪਰ ਹੋ ਜਾ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਰੇਲ ਗੱਡੀ, ਪਰ ਹੋ ਜਾ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਰੇਲ ਗੱਡੀ, ਪਰ ਹੋ ਜਾ ਹੀਰੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਰੇਲ ਗੱਡੀ। दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे, तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे। ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे, तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे। तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे।
सुन नहीं आ रहे एक मिनट में अपना थल्ले भी काट देना थोड़ा।
अच्छा है नहीं गाना जगह जिंदगी एक सफर है सा वो कहता बोला सामने मेरे
अच्छा
मैं कुछ और सी ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਲੈਪਟਾਪ ਬੁੱਕ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਸੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ
ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਦੇ ਦਿਓ।
ਉਹ ਪਾ ਦੋ ਲੈਪਟਾਪ
ਨਹੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਰੱਖ ਲਓ ਨਾ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੋਰ ਆ
ਇਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਰੱਖ ਲਈ
ਹਾਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਨਾ
ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ हेलो हेलो
वॉल्यूम थोड़ा
विकी बोले
इतों खिंच लो
इथों खिंचिया पर इथों आप पूरा इथों इथों करना पड़ेगा
गाने दा दे लैपटॉप दा किथे इथे करो वॉल्यूम
इथे
हाँ खिंचो थोड़ा कट करो और कट
तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से। मिले हो तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से। सांसें मिली है सदा रहना दिल में, करीब हो के मिले हो तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से। मिले हो तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से।
ਵਾਹ, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਹੈ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਰੈੱਡ ਵਾਲਾ, ਰੈੱਡ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਰੈੱਡ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ। ਅੱਛਾ,
तो मैं थोड़ा रात प्रैक्टिस की थी, बुक से मैं थोड़ा करते थे, बड़ा खुश होया कि लिखी आ रहा उनके मैं गल की उन्हें।
हाँ जी,
तेरी चाहों में कितना तड़पे हैं, सावन भी कितने तुझ बिन बरसे हैं। जिंदगी में मेरी सारी जो भी कमी थी, तेरे आ जाने से अब नहीं रही। सदा ही रहना तुम मेरे करीब होके, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से। हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से।
एक बजे शुरू होना, 1 बजे लंच है ना, लंच है ना। हाँ जी, तो 1 बजे शुरू। हाँ जी,
11:30।
जन्नत है मांगी खुदा से तू वो मन्नत है, तेरी वफा का सहारा मिला है, तेरी ही वजह से अब मैं जिंदा हूँ। तेरी मोहब्बत से जरा अमीर होके, चुराया है मैंने
Good morning. Jambo sana. I, Ken Amasai, stand on this stage to warmly welcome all our respected guests and humbly thank you for attending the launch of Yams Delights in Kenya. We are honored to have with us a Kenyan-born lioness, renowned worldwide in her works in radio, national and international satellite TV, health shows, chat shows, and cook shows. With decades of clinical experience in alternative holistic medicine and clinics in the UK, Italy, and India, I am truly privileged to welcome Dr. Manjir Kaur to Kenya to launch her range of Yams Delights. Dr. Manjit always advises her patients with tailored dietary support to address their health conditions. Beyond this, she guides them on a spiritual journey, helping them connect with the Almighty through meditation to reduce anxiety and stress. Within weeks, her patients often regain health with the aid of Ayurveda and herbal preparations. An author of 7 books, Dr. Manjit's quest for natural sweetness led her to the rugged plains of Mexico. A true Kenyan lioness, she ventured into mountains and plains, connecting with Mexican chiefs who still remain deeply tied to nature. In contrast, their children who move to cities and adopt fast food diets often face diabetes by age 20, high blood pressure, and cholesterol. In the Mexican plains, Dr. Manjit discovered the agave plant and began importing agave syrup, a natural sweetener safe for diabetics. Her book, Agave Syrup, has sold over 2 million copies worldwide. Another of her books, Health Haven, which has been a bestseller, has sold over 2.7 million copies worldwide. As a Maasai, I also remain connected with my village and regularly return home to get connected with the nature or with them. Dr. Manjit, with her tireless, vibrant, and charismatic personality, has worked with the Bantu tribe and self-funded a mammoth water irrigation project in Meru. Alongside a team of 12 men and 2 engineers from Nairobi, she braved soaring temperatures of up to 42 degrees Celsius to install the water project. Her selfless service to communities worldwide has brought her back to her birthplace, Kenya, for the launch of Yams Delights, which you will have the pleasure of tasting after lunch. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is my privilege to welcome Dr. Manjit Kaur to the stage. So let's put our hands together for Dr. Manjit Kaur, all the way from UK.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd first like to thank Jivraj, who's given us a warm welcome. He needs to go to another event. Can we give him a big hand of applause and thank him? Jivraj, make yourself here. He's made this event so memorable for me. I'm very gracious and thankful to you. Thank you. God bless you. But I'd like to thank each one of you from the bottom of my heart for coming here and giving me the joy and lifting me up from the spirit, the exhaustion, and the exhilaration of bringing Yum's Delight to Kenya. We need to applause, folks. Yum's Delight, a mission, was a dream come true today. It's in production, but the mission and the story you will hear today. I'm here to empower each one of you and my wonderful community and the Jenga Tifa organization from Machakos. A big hand of applause from them. We'll talk more about them. I'm also very highly honored to have my very respected and very honorable gentleman, Mr. Kulvinder Bullerji, who's been my solicitor, but is here promptly on time. A big hand for him. I thank you for coming and giving your time. A journey of this mission had started on the 4th of May. I hired a car in the wilderness and I went through rift valleys and the most dangerous, rugged roads alone. And I thought, I left with one prayer, a prayer that my father said to me, Manjeet, show me you can do it. And he was my hero. There were times in my life, and there was a time in my life, I was left to realize that I have 3 children to bring up. I have to educate them. I wanted to give them the best. I did not look for designer clothes, neither did they, but I wanted to educate them. And they're out there in the world, my 2 sons as Singh Sardars, as CEOs, and my daughter as a manager. And they've kept with their Sikh religion, something that I empowered them with. The culture you're born with, the land you're born in. Don't forget your mother tongue. Don't forget your past. Don't forget your forefathers. Don't forget your parents. Respect them. My father, a hero who had 4 shuffles in his life where he had to start from zero, and I mean zero. He came to the port of Mombasa with 3 shillings in his pocket, in the hope of starting a new life away from Punjab and the dangers of being a Singh Sardar in Punjab. He started in Mombasa and drove up to Nairobi. And there were 8 men living in a room. And this is still going on, as you can see. He then, after 3 years, had enough money to call my sister and my mother by sea. And then the family was reunited. We have 5 siblings born in Kenya, and I'm proud to be a Kenyan, and I'm proud to be here today to present Yum's Delight, a country I love, the weather, the people, the culture. I never ever pick up nose on poverty. I always reach out, because whatever we have is given us to by God. And if we give with this hand, He will drop it back in double. I've felt it, and it's always been something I've experienced. I need to thank people who actually united to make this program together, to hire this hall, which was Gurvinder, Rayat. He's not here with us. He's in Malaysia settling his daughter for further education. What a great mission. Traveling thousands of miles to give his daughter a future. Expense, yes, but a daughter who will then raise her children to give them education. And that's what I did. I'm also very thankful for Harpreet Jassi, who's sitting right here, a very humble gentleman who's done all this PowerPoint till lastminute.com. I was communicating with him at odd hours from 7,000 miles away. I'd like to thank Kalpesh, who's at the back hiding himself, because that's what he does. He does work, he never announces himself, and he quietly walks away. And he leaves me humbly touched. A big hand for the gentleman at the back, Kalpesh. Thank you so much. Now coming back to the story, because I just spotted him, I needed to change my story a bit. So, you know, our parents are our instructors. They give us vision, they give us hope, they give us clothing, they give us shelter. But if we cannot provide just simple respect and love after education and think we've made it because we made it ourselves, I think we've got it wrong. This remembrance of my father and this program today purely is for the respect of my father, Gurdeep Singh Pirdi, the late. Having then settled in Nairobi, he was disrupted again by, it makes me emotional, by a builder who saw father had a lot of money taken out of Kenya for our future, and dad was forefront in thinking. He was told to bring the money back, which he refused because it was our children's future, and dad that afternoon was fired, walked 5 miles home without a car. When he came home, I don't know why my mother was crying, but we all started crying. And that's when my mother said, "You'll never go and touch his feet again. You'll start from zero again." And he did. He then had a partner, Baldev Singh Bogle. 10 years of great brotherhood and rose to success. At the deathbed, Mr. Bogle said to my father, "Will you look after my family?" And my father promised him, "Yes, I will. I'll give your son the contracts I have. I will start from zero again." And he did. And his son, who he called him son, Satwant, then raised 3 of his siblings and married them without a father. That's the promise of a man. And that's the promise and the honesty that my father has taught me. Sach. Or Sach te marte rehna. This is a story of our 10th Guru as well, of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, to stay within your religion, Sikhism. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji was kirt karna, work with your hands, give away your earnings, vand ke shakna. And har ek time, jithe vi apan gaye ha, we have done this mission. Sikhs across the world are known to be the most honest community. Even in America, the CEOs of many companies are Sikhs. There's something to be said about that. It's because of their honesty and integrity. So this mission that brings me here to Kenya was, I know Kenya, Punjabi community is high and very high in diabetes. My products that you will taste later, will introduce them to you. So you'll have a wonderful afternoon and join me for the rest of my presentation. Having gone through the rift valleys, there's a time that came that my internet of my car crashed. My phone was offline. I was 8 miles down the valley at 11:30 p.m. Not a soul, not a sight, not an insect. And an hour and a half, I could not even turn my car. The Rift Valley down below was 500, and this side was about the same, pitch dark, rugged road. Thank God I had a very good Civic Honda, which was good, sturdy. Reared it about 6 times, I could just move a little bit. For an hour and a half I prayed, and I remembered my father saying, I'm here on a mission, and if I move another 6 inches, I'll never be found. But I'll have the worst record of 55 years of driving and drop myself in a Rift Valley. Strangely enough, a young man who had never come around the mountain, ever, drove to drop his friend. For 20 years, he was driving on the other side of the mountain. Terrified I was, thinking, what will happen? Is he a gangster? What is he? I opened my window half-inch, hooted at him, and I said, look, I'm lost. So in his language, Arabic language, he converted it to English and told me to speak. This way he found out where I was. He called his friend back and asked him that this is the resort I want to go, and he guided me back 8 miles out of the Rift Valley. At 1:30 a.m. I got to my resort. And in that prayer, all I saw was a vision of God and the first belly body, which is our first prayer. I recited that. Hello? Yeah. I knew somebody would come to my rescue, and it happened. And there was again, believing that there is God somewhere. Yum's Delight then was a mission that started with fear of what am I doing alone, fear in a country that I don't know the language, fear that in a country as a woman I was respected. That was one thing. And then I changed my headgear, and I was respected even more for what I am, to leaving my hair open. And this is my new personality. So traveling there, this is some of the visuals you'll get to see, and see how the journey is, and to empower women, men, children, that if I could do it, so can you. And I got onto the plane, and the temperatures in those valleys at that time was 42 degrees. I was enduring that temperature. I enjoyed every minute of it, but I was determined. As my Ken, the Maasai, who's introduced me as a lioness, sometimes I think maybe I am. And as a Manjit Kaur, which actually means princess, our Guru Sahib, Guru Gobind Singh Ji titled us as females with a kaur, and the males as Singhs, which means lion, and Kaur as princess. But I would also say add on a lioness on that. So can we move on the slides? Carry on. Oh, back. Yeah. This is, what's happening? Why are you speeding up so much? Go back to the lion, picture of the lion. I'll just touch. That's the book I've written, okay. And that's me saying, if I'm a lion, you have to believe what you are. If you say, I'm no good at something, you certainly won't be, and you'll never take a challenge. Yum's Delight is my third baby. My clinic, which I started 35 years ago, is still going. I also have a drop shipping company running from Germany, extremely successful. That's taken 1.5 years in the making. And Yum's Delight is my new baby, and I'm actually caressing it. Let's hop on. These are the Yum's Delights that you will get to taste and savor after lunch. Hop on. They are sugar-free. They do not have any bad fats and no flour at all. what I had a vision was not only Mithai, but to how do I make it interesting? I then did a creation of the boxes which you'll see at the far end. Try not to touch them because that is glass. And each one of these will have the Yum's Delight in the box as a gift for Diwali, for birthday, for Valentine, and you enjoy that box for the rest of your life as a memory on by your television or your display unit. So that's my mission here, not only to sell or introduce the mithai, but one up, what can I do when we all buy mithai boxes, we dump them away, isn't it? Sare bench jande na dabbe. So I wanted to create something one better. And now my next mission is to create the artifact of Lakshmi Ma, Jalaram Bapa, Khanda. We've already got the barge. You will see at the far end is the eagle that Guru Gobind Singh Ji always had with him. And lots of other, the sword, which is a Sikh kirpan used in defense only. Otherwise, it is worn on the body. I've written 8 books total. I think the 9th book is going to be my journey into Yum's Delight. It doesn't stop me. The Health Haven was the most amazing book, which Can introduced as this one. On Amazon, I'm not here to sell it, but I'm here to tell you the journey in this book will actually empower you, your children, your grandchildren, and make them realize there's a lot they can do in their life other than work, charity. It started from home because we used to see our father take food for the children's orphanage many times in the year. 50 loaves of bread, lentils, vegetables, and we used to go with them. And that started from them. And then I think the DNA is in our body as well. The logo of the horse is something I visualized, and you'll see many in my property if you ever come, is the horse on which our 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, rode in the warfare. And that is the horse logo I've had for the last 35 years. And I created that image is in the far back on the box as well. There was a time in my life I had to decide that having a 6-bedroom house and the children having moved, a house that gave me pleasure, joy, but a house that I had to fight for. A house where the grandparents wanted my children out and myself. I had to fight for that and buy it out for £175,000 cash. And I said to my father, I'll do it again. I paid up. 24 years later, that house is, somebody else is the owner. But I'm so proud for every moment and every memory I had in this beautiful 6-bedroom house where my children grew up. I wanted to give them a roof and not to be kicked out in a 1.5-bedroom house, a house that I built with passion and delight. So lots of things will come in your life, folks. You know, rise above that. Never feel demoralized. There's always something at the end. In our Bani, in our Granth Sahib, it says, when one door closes, 4 will open. And I've felt it, and it's always happened. With this mission, I don't know 7,000 miles away, how I connected with these people, how Kalpesh came in my life, how Harpreet came in my life, how Gurinder Rayat I knew before, took this mission and had trust and paid out the deposits that I had to, knowing that I am honest. And that was one thing my father said. He said, pay your dues, put your head on the pillow and go to sleep. You never have to look back who to cheat, pay your tax in the right way. And that was in his up to 65 years in building construction, never was he investigated for tax fraud because he was clean on paper. You know, that's the honesty he taught us, and that's what I did. Moving on to the seaside now, I love my life. Yum's Delight came into the making from February this year. I moved into the new home and I now has living a retired kind of life. 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. by the beachfront, I get to see views and I feel I'm on holiday 365 days of the year. It's cold. Britain is not very warm. Nothing like the Mombasa Sea. I've got a friend, Amrik Singh, who will be singing. And the warm waters of Mombasa are dearly missed. So I get to see wonderful views and I feel I'm so grateful. Gratitude, gratitude. Thanking God for even the food you're getting on your plate. Thanking God for the clothes on the body. Thanking God for the air we breathe. Thanking God for the water. We've got this organization from Machakos who do not have clean water. They have salted water where the salt has to be removed, otherwise it will be destroying the kidneys. Imagine how much water we destroy at home. Pause to think that we sometimes don't close the tap in time and just let it run. How much water is going to be left in the beds of Kenya? I pause to think. The water beds are going to dry up for sure. There's no other water coming. Rainfall is little or a lot. But natural water, drinking water, which is the survival of a human being, you can live without food for 30 days, but for 30 days without water, it will definitely perish away. So that's the amazing wonders. This is my little journeys where I had some little time to enjoy, but also work hard in the creation of Yum's Delight, getting the products made, then tested, retested by chemists, by physicians, government, food regulations, huge amount of costs which I don't want to even dream of, but I know my dream has come true, and I know I'll leave a legacy for people who will enjoy Yum's Delight in years to come. Satinder Sartaaj, anybody knows of him? Amazing. Thank you, Panji. Amazing man. How did he start? Humble backgrounds. From the Chandigarh University, he then did his doctorate in music. And there's a time he wept to me. He said, Dr. Manjeet, I'll only be singing in clubs and university halls. I said, this song, Sai, anybody heard of his song, Sai? It made history in Canada. India did not recognize him. I then invited him to a journey, and a mission I had was Save Sikhi in the 21st century. 45,000 people came from 40 villages. And it was a huge, huge event. His idea and his mission with that song and what is written is also translated it in English. If you ever listen to it in English, you'll be absolutely exhilarated. How much poetry has this boy, young at that time, has got filtered in his DNA to pour it out on paper, to make the music and to sing. And that was his parents, and his father still does the service of cleaning the jode or the slippers in the temple in the village he is. That's exactly what he used to do. Worshippers come, we remove shoes, we go into the temple and they dust and clean the shoes. It's one of the biggest jode di seva you can do. His father still does that. He grew from that humble background. He came to my mission all the way from Bangkok, dropped his project, realizing this lady has got something important. And without charging me a penny, where he charges thousands, with his crew, came back to Jalandhar, Salindra School, which is a school also the grounds given to me for free. So many people got together with my project in the lastminute.com. I'm still grateful to them. But the start, I had to do it. You know, with 35 degrees temperature. He left a vision with the youngsters, 295 Sikhs, children, who were clean-shaven, converted to Sikhism and started wearing the star next day. I went back 2 days later and the women were touching my feet and I wondered why are they doing that? they said, "You've just brought our children back home." They were lost because they were out of Sikhi. I did not know that this would create an impact. But doing sometimes one little thing, I may be a drop in the ocean today doing Yum's Delight, right? But I don't know, in 20 years, we are all saying stop refined sugar. Yeah? We're all saying do not have fats, bad fats, don't have too much wheat. Seriously, Punjabi's population is rigged in diabetes. There is one person diabetic, type 1 or type 2. In Southall, they knocked on the doors. Every household, there is a sign of diabetes or going to be diabetic. This is the sad state. But why does the British or the World Health Organization have to say, oh, it's in your DNA, it's because you're Asian, you will get diabetes? Why do we want it to knock on our door? It's our diet. Diabetes knocks on the doors of people with rich lifestyle of food. A poor person who is eating a humble meal of lentils and maybe rice will not have diabetes or may not. It is the richness of food which is bringing in high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes. 3 diseases are ricking into Asian doors and knocking with medications. NHS is inundated with the amount of medications they have to give to the Asian population. So that was my story with Satinder Sartaaj. He's still in contact with me. You know, Elvis had a mission. He started from zero. He was my fan. In our times, we used to sneak into the sitting room quietly at night when dad and mom had gone to sleep, and we had a black and white television, nothing exciting. But mom used to come sometimes and say, "Ki keswa dekh rahi hai?" Means, what rubbish are you watching? But he was my hero, you know. So those were the expectations. He did go out of track. And I like to prove this one here. The biggest joke on mankind is the computers have started asking us humans to prove that we are humans and not robots. How industry and technology has changed. There's also a picture you saw there of a skeleton. I think Harpreet raced through it. It was my joke. In years to come, I thought I'd put YD on my nails after 46 years. I asked the nail polish saloon lady, "How much will you charge me?" She said, £37. "How much will you charge me to take it off?" She said, £15. I said, "Do you know what? I don't want it. For £52, I'll educate 5 girls in Punjab for 1 month fees, food, uniform, and clothes. And I've already got 20 girls under my blanket with Jayajit Inderjeet Singh. Amazing mission he does for orphan girls who do not have homes, who cannot have education. So education has become, this is one of the, sorry if somebody is feeling offended, but young girls these days are really looking for beautification from outside. I stand here in my life, in my 7th decade, but I eat good food. And I do not wear nail varnish because it is expensive for me to remove it. But it is just a joke. Botox and anti-aging is something girls are looking for, and boys. It seems to be the story of life, but not food, but not nutrition, but eating outside. Coffee from outside for £5.50. I carry my own coffee. I carry my water. I carry my hot chocolate. Why should I pay £5.50? I could save in a long journey of 6 hours that I took to drive, to come to Heathrow Airport, to fly Kenya Airways to come here. I had 2 cups of my own drink. Otherwise, I would have spent £10. Why should I spend that money? I've saved it. It's being wise with your money. We all have it. We don't know how to give it. This group from Machakos, they're there to empower orphan children. They're there to empower widows, widowers. They're there to bring children back to school, feed them, and clothe them. And 37 counties in Kenya, they are actually having this spread. How amazing is that journey? Voluntary service is a mission which is so great, and the joy you get out of it. I was a volunteer worker for 20 years for the Children's Hemkund Society, where I used to take time off my clinic. Loss of income was immaterial, but I was proactive with that association. And I wanted my children to feel I am also active. And they used to speak about the history of Sikhism, they used to speak about the culture, and they used to stand on stage talking about how India would not be India today if it was not for the sacrifice of our 10 gurus and our 10th guru who sacrificed his 4 sons. And he said, so what if 4 have gone? Thousands and millions are alive because of them. Otherwise, India would have been an Islamic state today. We need to be grateful. In our prayers, we always show our gratitude to our 10 gurus. There's a mission I need you to also be very grateful about worldwide, is the Sikh schools that are cropping up. Amarjit Singh Bada, my respected brother, on my right here, has donated water. He is now the head teacher of the Khalsa primary school in Kenya. I will go and visit it, I will film it, and I will put it on YouTube for people to realize connecting our children and keeping our children in this Western world, a cruel world, is seriously, if you do not tell your children about your forefathers, if you do not tell your children about your parents, if you do not tell your children about culture and what your food and clothes and your self-respect, and not to think about Bollywood and underdress in the style of Bollywood, that is not Sikh's attire. The children are being pressured to get into these kinds of outfits to show that this is normal. It is not normal. Neither is it normal in the African culture to overexpose your body. Neither is it normal for the Maasai in 46 degrees temperature, they still cover their body. So, self-respect. The gift I got from my children after keeping them through drip feeding about Sikhism every day, talking about Sikhism, not like a lecture, but like a story. 20 years later, my son came and said, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom. I said, what? What for? Thanks, Mom. I said, what for? He said, I am what I am because of you. He said, I stood on stage with CEOs of 73 and 80-year-old men who said, Harleen, who taught you to speak like this, with this power and your hand actions? He said, my mother. She used to take me to this Hemkund Children's Society, and she used to write, and we used to write speeches together, and they all used to get gold medals, and those speeches were about history of Sikhism. He said she used to train us. I never knew that reward. He is now a CEO of 3 companies in Europe. Purely the way he expresses himself, a child of mere 38 with CEO members of double and triple his age. The reward came late, but I got to realize what I drip fed them in, I got it back. It doesn't happen overnight. Our children are going so much drowned into Western culture, and I thank really to Amarjit Singh Bara that they are now connecting with other good schools around the world, and they're going to do internet exchange of students coming from Canada to Kenya, from Kenya to go to Canada and learn how the cultures change. And they live in what we did with the Hemkund Society was, when the children used to come from abroad, we used to house them. There was no hoteling. We used to put like for like children in the same age group, and they used to enjoy making worldwide friends. So never stop. Try to keep your children within your culture, within your religion. And then if they really still want to intermarry, so be it. Love seems to be the only world that exists today. Not that you get married and you stay and you create that passion over time. My parents were married for 75 years. When my father lost his life, Mr. Bulla knows, at Aga Khan Hospital, I slept on the floor for 33 days in the hope he would wake up. A man who had never had a paracetamol, a man who had never been injected with anything, antibiotics, a man who was vegetarian, a man who used to get up at 2:30, and I used to wake up at 3 o'clock in Kenya, and we used to both go into the meditation room. Even after retirement, he carried this life. The cruelty of the hospital of overdosing him with anesthesia put him into a coma for life. We had to make a decision 35 days later to switch off the machine and let him go. It was the most painful time because that very night I realized we hadn't washed Dad's beard. We hadn't washed his hair, although he had a brain tumor, something I diagnosed at my clinic in Buckinghamshire. I said, Dad, you've got something there, it's serious. I said, I haven't got anything. 3 months later, he got headaches. He couldn't balance. He started knocking into walls. And after vigorous testing, it proved he had a huge growth of a tumor growing like a mushroom. It started from a pea size I picked up in my clinic. Then I say, if only they had listened to me. But it was not meant to be. As I washed his hair, I connected with my sister live, and I told him, Dad, it's time for you to go. I miss him. He still comes in my dreams. I miss him because he made me what I am today. I miss him because he told me, show me you can do it. And I told him, Dad, I'll never knock on your door for money. I'll stand up. He said, show me. Show me you can do it. I said, I'll eat salt and bread. And mark my words, I'll never knock on your door. He came back several times to me. He loved to stay with me. I loved having them. I loved every minute of hosting them, giving them comfort, love. Fresh food he loved. He loved tasty food, nothing but vegetarian. You know, those are memories, but beautiful memories. And the launch of this event here today is certainly for him. I only came back here because of him. He does come in my dreams, and I really enjoy those dreams. I met a Sikh Baba and he said, oh, Dr. Manjeet, I'll get rid of the dreams. I said, no, thank you very much. He doesn't hound me. He doesn't scare me. I enjoy my dreams. And then giving this Baba maybe 1,000 shillings or pounds. Why? My father is not there to scare the hell out of me. So there he is at one of our family events, a 6-foot man. My 2 fingers were his 1 finger. Harpreet asked me yesterday in front of everybody, why your hands have got these veins? And my patient said, do you have a disease? I said, no, this is hands of a hard-working person. And these are the hands I have got from my father. His veins were about 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch uprooted because he worked hard, solid, hard. When 75 years in partnership with my mother, 75 years, they lived together. If they ever had a row, it lasted for 30 seconds, and I would say, oh, it's done. They're not fighting anymore. Because they're sorted, you know? That's how's love. Not what people are thinking, give a solitaire ring, do pre-wedding ceremony, do wedding, do the grand finale of the wedding. It's all a big show-off. It may be your kid's dream. It wasn't my kid's dream, and I'm so grateful. Each one of my kids said, we want a simple wedding, no mehndi, no henna night, no lady sangeet, no dudwana, and we will want langar at the Gurdwara. I stuck to that. And I proved, being on television, radio, media, For 25 years, I proved even to the Jat Sikhs, you can enjoy a wedding in the Gurdwara, where some of them already had alcohol in the car, thinking Dr. Manjeet's child's wedding is going to be very boring. I proved them wrong. We had 11 vegetarian dishes, 4 salads, 8 different shakes, Oreo, vanilla, banana, passion juice, apple juice, carrot juice, and people were drinking 4 cups at a time. It was unusual. But I wanted people to realize you don't have to spend millions and get a second mortgage to make your child happy, not knowing whether 6 months later these children will ever be together again. It's happening, you know. So that's my wonderful father. If you go back on that slide, you missed the slide. Say here. I've conquered every illness for every patient in my clinic, and I'm grateful to Sache Pasha. I only tell him, give me strength and give me that mindset to make the right combination when my patients come to me and help them to get better. Every medication I make, I say a prayer. The one thing I think God has challenged me, and the stress I had a little bit, left me with arterial fibrillation, where I cannot treat myself with medication. It is an electric pulse of the heart that I cannot correct unless they give me electrical shocks. I'm here today, 2 weeks later, having another shock of 360 joules hit on my chest and my back, and my heart dropped to 27 pulses. It left the doctors in panic mode. The surgeons, the anesthetist had to put me back to sleep and wait for my heartbeat to come back. I now have celebrating 2 birthdays, 25th of April and 29th of August. I think I was reborn. I don't know whose prayers went through this. 41 was after about an hour and a half. After 3 hours, my heartbeat came up to 55. My prayer to Vaheguru was, I've got a mission. You can't take me now. I've got a mission to do. I've got the community to serve. I've got time, and I want time on this earth. You give it to me, and I will serve your people. I'm here today for you. With that condition, 2 weeks later, I will go back. I have decided what to do next. And I did bow in front of Lakshmi Ma. Although I'm a Sikh, and Amarjit Pada will agree with me, worshipping other gurus or even showing respect, there is no harm. I prayed to Lakshmi Ma, she would help me overcome this damn electrical fibrillation. So that's my little story. What I did was, I made the theater very amusing. The surgeon said, Dr. Manjeet, do you have any allergies? I got serious allergies. He said, oh, you didn't tell us. I got a very serious allergy. I said, I'm allergic to anesthetists, because they put my father to sleep and he never woke up. And they all had a laugh. But there was a cry in my heart of seeing my father never come out of that. He said, trust me, we're not going to do that. There were 2 anesthetists there, a very senior and a junior one. I said to the junior, you're too handsome. I don't want you to put me to sleep. I'd rather dream about you. So the senior one put me to sleep, but not knowing they'd have to put me to sleep for another hour and a half. And then I said, in my prayers when I came out, I was laughing and joking, and I said to the staff, I need to spread my wings to Kenya. You better let me go. My heart then beat went up to 55. I'm here standing with you on the stage, having brought 3 luggages, a suitcase full, 34 kg of all these decorations. I hope you like them. Yes? No applause. And Kalpesh was there just making sure I'm out of the airport safe. Thank you, Veera. A woman, not naming her graciously, took my suitcase by mistake, the very suitcase that had all this decoration of 500 pounds. She walks out not knowing it was not hers. After chasing and so much patience from Kalpesh, I don't know what God has put in him. He stands there without moving, and I'm there thinking, now that's the very suitcase that's got all this decoration. How do I put it on? If she had taken a bag of clothes, I wouldn't have bothered. I still recycle my clothes of 20 years. It doesn't matter. She came back about an hour and a half later, but refused to apologize. But whilst he was standing patiently, I was doing my prayers. God, tell her to pick up the phone. I want my suitcase back. We got it back. So last night we stood making all these decorations only to welcome you and to make this worldwide live stream one of the only live streams ever done by any female for Yum's delight. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for everybody who does this behind the scenes. I don't know how God brings people. That equation starts. I don't know how Dimple Panji came into my life. I knew her husband. And he said, oh, my son does IT. I said, please come to my event. I'm looking for somebody who can make PowerPoint. He said, my son does it. And there he is, this humble young boy, did everything without even saying, I'm tired, I couldn't do it, I can't do it. He just put his head into it. That is the upbringing from a humble father and a humble mother, a DNA which is in this child. Your children do become what you are. If a father is alcoholic, the child might follow his footsteps. This is the RYA Association who are outside. We must applaud them. They come out, and they've come out this morning to do voluntary work for me. Big applause, RYA. Can you just come into the room here for a moment, guys? Voluntary work, a payless job, a job that gives you gratitude, a job from which you take out your time without any expectation, is one of the best service you can do to humanity out of your time. Even in the Gurdwara, going and doing seva, making langar, that is seva. But then going to the Gurdwara and saying, oh, I did part. There's one lady, my patient, 82 years in stroke control, and she said, oh, you know, I go and do Sukhmani Sahapat. Okay, day one. Second day, I said, how are you doing? Oh, much better. Oh, do you know, I was busy. I go and do Sukhmani Sahapat every day. Day 3, day 10. I said, Panji, you say this to me every day, every time. You pray. Why do you say that to me? Do you know in God's eyes, it is now 0. You pray for your hearts, the medicine of the soul, and for your peace of mind. Stop announcing it to me. I don't want to hear it next time. And she stopped saying it. She realized, I said, all this Sukhmani Sahapat you have done in the eyes of God, because you boast about it, I go and do it. Don't say I, just say Vaheguru or God gives me the strength to go. To drive at 81 is a complimentary thing for Asian Sikh women. When most Sikh women, about 70, have retired and don't wear their underclothes, bras again, and they throw them away saying, oh, my daughter is in the house, I don't need to wear it now. So they give up on life so fast. So RYA, are you not showing us your faces? Are you so shy? Are they not coming in? Oh, they've gone. They thought. Okay, when they do come back, let's hop along. So this is a great mission. Himmat Singh got in touch with me. I'm grateful to him for actually getting these youngsters who out of their time on a Saturday would think about staying in bed or playing games. That's most youngsters do, yeah? Why should they get out of bed on a Saturday? They work Monday to Friday. Why should they come to Dr. Manjeet's program? Because something in their heart, that is voluntary work. There's always a reward. Never expect it. It will come. So this is me, Dr. Manjeet Kaur. Amazing thing, Durrani Akhir, a boy in Lahore for 15 years has been doing all my website work. He finished the website on a catalog mode last night at 3 a.m. I was working, getting things done for this project. He wrote to me, Dr. Manjeet is ready, please have a look. It will come live on the 23rd of December when I land back in UK. However, you can see the Yum Delights. You in Kenya are the first people who are going to taste Yum Delights today. Nobody has tasted it. This is the mission I accomplished with His grace. I started. I left home and I did the bell of Lakshmi Ma, and I said, Ma, I'll come back on 23rd December and I'll start this mission with your grace. That's my belief in God. That's my trust with God. So you all get to taste this today. We've got a wonderful setup of lunch. I may have bored you, I don't know. I may have empowered you, or you might have found something interesting or something boring about me. But sometimes not speaking about it and not helping others, I can't sit silent. This book reads a lot. It tells you about a man who was going to have amputation, 22-stone man, who was going to have both his feet amputated because of diabetes. His feet and his toes were black. His wife called me into the hospital. I went, and they had already marked the crosses from where they were going to cut his feet. I said to her, get him out of hospital, any excuse, I'll see him tomorrow. They got him out of the hospital saying, oh, family is unwell, have to go, serious. We'll come back. For 10 days, 6 treatments a day, and day 3, his wounds that were weeping and seeping like pus stank the room like dead flesh, started sealing and stopped weeping. He went back 15 days later into Wexham Park Hospital with a stick, no bandage, no weeping, did not go for surgery. I had to change his lifestyle, I had to change his food, I had to change his sugar contents in his diet, and I still tell him some rude words because he still eats rubbish food. He's now on kidney dialysis because he didn't listen to me, and his wife said, Panji, can you treat him? I said, 100% no, because he did not listen to me. I said, I gave you one chance. He's now walking on his feet. Thank God every day for what you are. But I said, you are a very ungrateful man. You don't know what God has done for you. So that's my story, guys. In this book, many other stories of young children who do not had to have their colon removed, of children who had eczema, children who had psoriasis, children who had ADHD, which is so common in UK, leaving their parents so upset, having to treat and look after their children as their behavior is underage. So if I'm seeing a 7-year-old child, his behavior is like that of a 2-year-old. The communication skills are not there at all. I'm now running my clinic only about 65%. I choose to give Yum's Delight my maximum, and I choose to overcome my arterial fibrillation with the grace of that one God. And I know He'll do it for me. No medicine in the world is going to help me with this treatment. So 29th of August, I was reborn. I'm here today to present to you a wonderful lunch and Yum's Delight. Thank you, everybody. Lunch is ready. We've also got raffles. Did you guys sell raffle tickets? Where are these folks? Have they gone? Huh? Where are the raffles? Where is the booklet? Mr. Bullard, did you buy a raffle? think we're going to go around. We're going to give the presents after lunch. Nazim, have you torn the tickets? Let's see how many did you sell. Huh? We'll sell some more. 6 members from Machakos came. The Jenga Tifa organization. I'd like you to dig your hands into your pocket. And there is going to be a black box outside. If we will put it on the stage, or if it could go around, you could humbly put something for them to come from 40 miles. They're not here for that. They're not here for the money. They're here to promote what they're doing is a service to humanity. The money will help. It will change some street boys to become finer citizens of the country, and they might get educated. And it will clothe them. It will help widows. It will help widows. It will give shelter, home, and clean water. So a little bit into this pocket for the Jenga organization here. We've also got the M-Pesa code. If you wish to pay through that, I will then, in my all honesty, transfer the funds to them. And I'm very, very grateful for you to come. Empower me. I'm learning from you today how dangerous salt water is, and how water, which has been kindly donated by Amarjit Singh Bara, clean water is part of our DNA, and we cannot survive without water. A wonderful display of lunch has been laid out by Vicky Tandon, who's also communicated with me several times. We've put chairs on the side. Live music for this afternoon will now be presented by Amrik Singh Sond, all the way from Mombasa. A big clap. It was his passion to come and support me. We've got a wonderful ending to this singing, where Rose is going to take everybody around the room, and so will all these women of mine. He will be singing the song, but during the lunchtime he's going to entertain you. I hope you've enjoyed my little insight into my life, my story of Yum Delights, and maybe you will enjoy the Yum Delights. Leave us a review. It's important for me to know. The most exciting Yum's Delight creation of mine is one with rose petals. You would have never ever tasted a sweet confectionery with rose petals. Renu Penji, sitting there, has tasted it, and she loved it because the goods arrived at their place. I need to thank them for taking my goods, keeping them safe there. I need to thank Gurvinder Rayat. He may be sitting in Malaysia by the seaside, how dare you, but he's there, settling his daughter down. But I am very grateful to him for everything he did, and for the very reason I'm here for you. So let's give a big hand to Gurvinder Rayat, a fine gentleman, a gentleman whose mother is here, Surinder Kaur Rayat. Her DNA in India was the same, keep giving. Anybody ask, keep giving. Anybody ask, give giving. She's put that DNA in her son. He gives, he never wants it back. He gives his time and he walks away. That's him. That's what we all need to become. Surinder Penji, Pari Penny. Thank you, everybody. Let's enjoy a wonderful lunch. At the back, we didn't want people to feel like they have to wait in queues. Help yourself. Let us know if the lunch was okay. It is by a wonderful caterer, and it's free, nothing. But dig your hands for the association. There should be, if Harpreet, you could put a black box here. It's outside there, a leather box for the money for the organization. If you don't want to, that's fine. If you don't feel you want to help them, that's also okay. If you want to give them good wishes, that's also okay. It's not a must. So leave it in the middle here. So just dig your hands a little bit deep. If you want to do M-Pesa, please do. But I need to respect the fact that they are empowering women. It's not that just 8th of March every year. Empowering women should be every day of the year, and that's what they're doing. And here I am today also supporting them. Thank you, and let's all enjoy a wonderful lunch and some wonderful music. Sit down around the sides. The chairs will be taken aside to create room for some wonderful music. I now invite Amrik Singh Sond to entertain us with his wonderful co-partner, who I am told is a technician and a sound technician, and make yourself on the stage. Thank you, Amrik. God bless you. Yes. Yes. Please do not leave without joining us in the Yum's Delight. It is my humble gratitude, will be, if you stay on. The lunch is nothing like dal chol. It is very simple, humble lunch from me. So he will, by about 1:15, the Yum's Delight section on the far left will be open. You'll all be given a little bowl with 3 tasters of Yum Delights. They come in cubes. They're also going to be made in different forms. You will be able to see the 3 boxes there and many more different I have in UK that you can give somebody a Diwali present with the confectionery, but that gift box on the outside, handmade by my artists. And I'm making more designs of Lakshmi Ma, Jala Bapa, and Krishan Bhagwan, Vaigru Khanda, Sikh Khanda, and the Allah sign. So those will be some new boxes coming in so that everybody can buy a box, but keep that box as a gift. The mithai box you throw away, don't we? Amarjit Paji? Mithai the box sit na pa. So eh apa sit na ni, eh apna rakhna. Right, so 1:50, what's the time now? Actually, tell me somebody. Huh? What's the time? That is the right time? Okay. So yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I think we're okay on time. 1:15 that Yum's Delight station will be open. You can also buy this the confectionery. They are boxed for you. These are not the boxes, yet the end product will be what I'm going to get done, manufactured in India. I return back to UK on the 23rd. My journey onward is to Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and finally India and to UK. Those are the people in those countries who have already shown a huge interest to become distributors. If any one of you wants to become a distributor here in UK, you want to grab the chance and make your buck by 25% interest profit, you need to tell me. I will then take you on to a second training day, which we will decide amongst all of you. So if anybody is interested to sell the Yum's Delight from home, from online, from a catering shop, mithai wali shop, or by having a little smart cart inside its center and sell that, no fridge, 1 year minimum shelf life of my product. It has gone through FDA regulations. I've paid thousands to get this from the highest food associations of Europe, who've given me a health credit certificate. That goes through serious amount of investigation for bacteria, for fungus, blah, blah, blah. So you can buy the Yum's Delight box even for Diwali. I am here in UK, in Kenya, till the 24th of October. If you still want bigger prize boxes or you want more for Diwali, you can approach me. We'll probably put a URL code or some kind of email ID. You can tell me you want 4 boxes for your family. We'll be happy to give them to you at the price that will be given to you. So the boxes there are at 5,500 shillings. They have got the most expensive nuts, the most extreme superior majul dates, kaju, badam, pista is the most expensive nut. No flour, no oil, and no dairy product. You will have to tell me on the review form on the way out what you thought. Enjoy your lunch. Thank you. It's all yours now.
Hello. Thank you very much, Dr. Manjeet. Thank you very much, Vicky. He's supporting me today. He's also a very good singer. Jambo Jambo, everyone, enjoy the music and later enjoy the lunch. Dr. Manjeet ji, किधर गए?
लाइट है, इधर लाइट है।
होठों से छू लो तुम, मेरा गीत अमर कर दो। होठों से छू लो तुम, मेरा गीत अमर कर दो। बन जाओ मीत मेरे, मेरी प्रीत अमर कर दो। होठों से छू लो तुम, मेरा गीत अमर कर दो।
गाँव में आ रहे हैं, गाना गाने को बैठे हैं।
ना उम्र की सीमा हो, ना जन्म का हो बंधन। ना उम्र की सीमा हो, न जन्म का हो बंधन। जब प्यार करे कोई तो देखे केवल मन। नई रीत चला कर तुम, ये रीत अमर कर दो। नई रीत चला कर तुम, ये रीत अमर कर दो। आकाश का सूनापन मेरे तन्हा मन में, आकाश का सूनापन मेरे तन्हा मन में, पायल शनकाती तुम आ जाओ जीवन में, सांसें देकर अपनी संगीत अमर कर दो, संगीत अमर कर दो, मेरा गीत अमर कर दो। जग ने छीना मुझसे मुझे जो भी लगा प्यारा, जग ने छीना मुझसे मुझे जो भी लगा प्यारा, सब जीता किए मुझसे मैं हरदम ही हारा, तुम हार के दिल अपना मेरी जीत अमर कर दो, तुम हार के दिल अपना मेरी जीत अमर कर दो, होठों से छू लो तुम मेरा गीत अमर कर दो, बन जाओ मीत मेरी प्रीत अमर कर दो, होठों से छू लो तुम मेरा गीत अमर कर दो।
ऐसे आपस में ताली नहीं
बार बड़ी सुंदर आवाज आती है।
अच्छा, वो कागज़ी कस्ती ला दें।
हाँ जी, वाह वाह वाह।
बड़ी तली वाली बड़ा अच्छा म्यूजिक है। वाह, तली भाई ने
ये दौलत भी ले लो, ये शोहरत भी ले लो, भले छीन लो मुझसे मेरी जवानी, मगर मुझको लौटा दो बचपन का सावन, वो कागज की कश्ती, वो बारिश का पानी। ये दौलत भी ले लो, ये शोहरत भी ले लो, भले छीन लो मुझसे मेरी जवानी, मगर मुझको लौटा दो बचपन का सावन, वो कागज की कश्ती, वो बारिश का पानी, वो कागज की कश्ती, वो बारिश का पानी।
थोड़ा लाउड करो म्यूजिक।
वॉल्यूम ठीक है?
नहीं, म्यूजिक आता है।
कहते थे नानी वो नानी की बात में परियों का डेरा, वो चीरों की झुरियों में सदियों का फेरा, बुलाए नहीं भूल सकते हैं कोई वो छोटी सी रातें, वो लंबी कहानी, वो कागज की कश्त, वो बारिश का पानी, वो कागज की कश्ती, वो बारिश का पानी। बोलिए।
हाँ जी, म्यूजिक वो तो करे
इथों नहीं ਹੁੰਦਾ
इथों भी ਹੁੰਦਾ ना। हाँ पीछे से हम लोग नहीं आप जो बस
वो गुड़िया की शादी पे लड़ना झगड़ना, वो झूलों से गिरना, वो गिर के संभलना, वो पीतल के छल्लों पे प्यारे से तोहफे, वो टूटी हुई चूड़ियों की निशानी, वो कागज की कश्ती, वो बारिश का पानी, वो कागज की कश्ती, वो बारिश का पानी। ठीक है बोले
हाँ जी।
कभी रात के टीलों पे जाना, घरों को बना के मिटाना, वो मासूम चाहत तस्वीर अपनी, वो ख्वाबों ख्यालों की जागीर अपनी, न दुनिया का गम था न रिश्तों के बंधन, बड़ी खूबसूरत थी वो जिंदगानी, दौलत भी ले लो ये शोहरत भी ले लो, भले छीन लो मुझसे मेरी जवानी, मगर मुझको लौटा दो बचपन का सावन, वो कागज की कश्ती, वो बारिश का पानी, वो कागज की कश्ती, वो बारिश का पानी, वो कागज की कश्ती, वो बारिश का पानी। वो कागज की कश्ती, वो बारिश का पानी।
मैं तो भेजन लगा मैं फेसबुक पे पा देना।
ਉਹ ਹਲੇ ਨਾ ਪਾਏ
नहीं नहीं मैं नहीं पानी, मैं तुझी पाना ये तो अनु भेजन लगा।
पुकारता चला हूँ मैं गली गली बहार की, बस एक शाम जुल्फ की, बस एक निगाह प्यार की, पुकारता चला हूँ मैं गली गली बहार की, बस एक शाम जुल्फ की, बस एक निगाह प्यार की, पुकारता चला हूँ मैं। ये दिल लगी शौखियाँ सलाम की, यही तो बात हो रही है काम की, कोई तो मुझको देख लेगा इस तरह, कोई नजर तो होगी मेरे नाम की, पुकारता चला हूँ मैं गली गली बहार की, बस एक शाम जुल्फ की, बस की निगाह प्यार की, पुकारता चला हूँ मैं।
पुकारा यार पुकारा, नहीं हौली हो जाओगा तो
सुनी मेरी सदा किस यकीन से, घटा उतर के आ गई जमीन पे, रही यही लगन तो ए दिले जवान, असर भी हो रहेगा एक हसीन पे, पुकारता चला हूँ मैं गली गली बहार की, बस एक शाम जुल्फ की, बस एक निगाह प्यार की, पुकारता चला हूँ मैं। कोई मिले जो रोक ले पुकार के, यूं ही जरा बढ़ा के हाथ प्यार से, इधर भी फेंक दे अदा की कली, गुजर चले हैं दिन यूं ही बहार के, पुकारता चला हूँ मैं गली गली बहार की, बस एक शाम जुल्फ की, बस एक निगाह प्यार की, पुकारता चला हूँ मैं।
स्टॉप कर दो। सही है वो खराब नहीं। एंटरटेनमेंट ਉਹ ਯਾਰ ਉਹ ਗਾਓ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਏ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਮਿਕਸ ਜਿਹਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੇ
वो डांसिंग सॉन्ग है ना, वो रोटी
ਅੱਛਾ ਉਹ ਬਾਅਦ ਚ
अच्छा होने में यार
ਤੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਰਾ ਰੁਤਬਾ ਕੱਟਦਾ ਇਹ ਹੱਸ ਕੇ ਬੁਲਾ ਲੈਨੇ ਕਿਧਰੇ
जिंदगी एक सफर है साहब। जिंदगी एक सफर, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना। जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना। हाँ, जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना।
नहीं नहीं ठीक है। चंगा बूटा भी ले लिया जाए, प्रैक्टिस गाना भी लिखा आ जाता, फिर भी नीचे ही आ जाता, और भी चाहिए
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਬਹੁਤ।
जाओ। मैं कहना जी मैं थोड़े नाल हाँ भाई।
चांद तारों से चलना है आगे, आसमानों से बढ़ना है आगे। अरे चांद तारों से चलना है आगे, आसमानों से बढ़ना है आगे। पीछे रह जाएगा ये ज़माना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना। हाँ, जिंदगी एक सफ़र है सुहाना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना। हंसते गाते यहाँ से गुजर, दुनिया की तू परवाह न कर। हंसते गाते यहाँ से गुजर, दुनिया की तू परवाह न कर। मुस्कुराते हुए दिन बताना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना। है जिंदगी एक सफ़र है सुहाना, कल क्या हो किसने जाना।
मिले हो तुम हमसे।
ओह कमाल का गाना, वो पहले गाना है,
बहुत मस्त करता है।
हाँ जी।
नहीं होने भी ठीक है, आ रहे हैं।
हाँ हाँ, मिले हो तुम बड़ा शानदार।
मौत आनी है आएगी एक दिन, जान जानी है जाएगी एक दिन। अरे मौत आनी है आएगी एक दिन, अरे जान जानी है जाएगी। ऐसी बातों से क्या घबराना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना। जिंदगी एक सफ़र है सुहाना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना।
एक हैगा अंतरा हो रहा,
हाँ जी।
एक अंतरा हो रहा है।
मैंने लगता नहीं, बंद कर दिया। हाँ अभी सही है।
हम ये बात चलाओगे ना।
तो छोटा हो जाना।
एक मिनट ਇਹਦਾ ਜਗਾੜ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਤੋਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਹਾਂ ਇੱਥੋਂ। ਹਾਏ ਹਾਏ
वाह वाह वाह,
ਵੈਰੀ ਨਾਈਸ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ।
बड़ा जबरदस्त कमाल।
ah हो तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से।
यार रिकॉर्ड करना थोड़ा वीडियो।
मिले हो तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से। तेरी मोहब्बत से सांसें मिली है, सदा रहना दिल में करीब हो के। मिले हो तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से। मिले हो तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से। तेरी चाहतों में कितना तड़पे हैं, सावन भी कितने तुझ बिन बरसे हैं। जिंदगी मेरी सारी जो भी काम थी, तेरे आ जाने से अब नहीं रही। सदा ही रहना तुम मेरे करीब होके, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से। बड़े नसीबों से चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से। बाहों में तेरे अब यारा जन्नत है, मांगी खुदा से तो वो मन्नत है। तेरी वफा का सहारा मिला है, तेरी ही वजह से अब मैं जिंदा हूँ। तेरी मोहब्बत से ज़रा अमीर होके, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से। मिले हो तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है मैंने किस्मत की लकीरों से। किस्मत की लकीरों से, किस्मत की लकीरों से, किस्मत की लकीरों से।
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਦੀ ਫਰਮਾਇਸ਼ ਆਈ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਫੋਟੋ ਖਿੱਚ ਲਓ।
थैंक यू। गाना प्लीज
गाओ गाओ।
नहीं गाना तो
ਨਹੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਠੀਕ ਹਾਂ।
ठीक है। नहीं यार इतना नहीं।
ਉਹ ਸਾਊਂਡ ਭਾਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਊਂਡ ਮੇਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਸਾਊਂਡ ਦੀ
नहीं गाना
ਨਹੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਊਂਡ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ।
कोई नहीं, साउंड की गानी गाना
ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਗਾਵਾਂ?
कोई भी गाना गाना मेरा नहीं।
ਜਿਹੜਾ
केड़ा गाना
ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਲਾ ਲਾ ਮੇਰਾ
ला लो
तो ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਫਿਰ ਲਾਣਾ ਪਊਗਾ।
तू गाना ये दोस्ती गाना, ये दोस्ती, ये दोस्ती हमारी।
ਇਹ ਗਾਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ।
तू गाना है, कोई गल नहीं, दो कोई ये दोस्ती।
ਮਾਈਕ ਦੂਜਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ, ਦੋ ਮਾਈਕ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ। ਨਹੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਦਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਲਾਓ।
कल
ਹਾਂ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਦਾ।
नीले गगन से गाना।
बीटा दे
ये दूसरी
मैं अपना ला निकाल दो बाहर आवाज ना आएगा आवाज नहीं आएगा बंद नहीं करना बंद ना करो खुला ही रहना हाँ बंद नहीं करना बोलो खुद से आ जाओ वापस तुसी गाना मैं तो एक गाना गाना कोल किन्ने के गाने ने
10-12 होने
और पाई जाओ जेड़ा जेड़ा चंगा लगदा ना उदा उदा पाई जाओ है तो सारे YouTube ते गाने हैं जी वन
I want to do the reference.
Okay.
Because some people are going.
एक गाना गा के रेफर करने वाला
हरप्रीत ਇੱਥੇ ਰੱਖ ਡੱਬੇ ਯਾਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਰੱਖ ਡੱਬੇ
सॉरी
Well, we've got the raffle draw, and you will be the first people gifted this Yum's Delight box. Enjoy it. On the way out, your feedback is so important. It will help me grow and understand what my community likes. We've got 5 boxes to give away. Take out your tickets, everybody. Ticket 22, 22. Come to the stage. Ticket 16, 16. Present your ticket. Ticket number 17. Come and collect your box, gift. Ticket number 2. Ticket number 11. Make your way to the stage and collect your gift.
साढ़े
11? Oh my God. Amrik Singh. There you are. Thank you, Ben. Ticket number 2. Hello. Thank you. तुम्हारो टिकट नंबर से चाहिए तुम्हारा बोलो
22
कसम से Oh my God.
17
Yeah. My God, the one who's done the most seva has won 2 tickets.
which was the last one 13
No, 13 નથી હતું. ના 13 નથી આવ્યું.
there were 3
બે બોક્સ થઈ ગયા.
16
Oh my God. Big hand of clap for Kalpesh. He's won 3 boxes. Oh my God. This is not a fix. This is not a fix. He said, I want to go home. I want to go to my next job. I just want to see if I've won a box. He's taking home 3 boxes. Well done. Enjoy.
okay Vicky sir गाना सीधा गाना गा
ਰੋਟੀ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ? ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂ
ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਆ
ਚਲੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਗਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪਾ ਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਗਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ
Harpreet, bring the recorder. The recorder is behind the window sill. Recorder like behind the window sill. Oh my God. यार देते हैं ना पैसे के नहीं पैसे पाए तो नहीं मैं चौकस वाले डोनेशन कितनी कि नहीं कितने डिफरेंट है मैं चौकस कर भी दे यार एडी दोनों आई अब चाहिए Oh, thank you. Report karo. No, नहीं बड़ी हो जाओ. Hello, Sister Josephine. Ladies and gentlemen, just spare a moment. The empowering group who have come from so far. Thank you, sister. Ladies and gentlemen, just a little attention here for the women who have come from 40 miles or kilometers, Machakos, the Jenga organization, I like to present 1,500 pounds from our community, our guests. I like to present 10,000 shillings from Yum's Delight. Asante.
Thank gifts from Machakos County.
Homemade, made by the women, yeah? Asante sana. I will cherish this and I will take it to Heathrow Airport. Namna iyo, na enda, style. Women want to go for designer bag. I've got a most beautiful designer. Asante. I hope this little money helps you.
Thank you.
Asante. We've got lost keys, house keys, a car key, lots of keys here. Oh, ਇਹ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਆ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ? ਇਹ ਰਹਿਣੀ ਹੋ ਫਿਰ, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ। ਐਵੇਂ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਚਾਬੀ ਫੜਾਤੀ ਤੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਬੰਦਾ।
So after one song, then Yum Rail Gadi. नहीं, after one song, please. नहीं चल खींच कर दोस्त
ਨਹੀਂ ਗੱਲ
गा
ਔਰ ਲਿਖ ਦੇਗਾ ਨਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਰ ਦੋ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ
प्लीज
हे नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले, हे नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले, ऐसे ही जग में आती है सुबहें, ऐसे ही शाम ढले, है नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले।
क्या बात
शबनम के मोती फूलों पे बिखरी, दोनों की आस फले, नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले।
क्या बात
बलकाती बेले मस्ती में खेले, पेड़ों से मिल के गले, नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले।
बड़ा अच्छा गाना
हाँ जी
नदिया का पानी तरकल मिल के सागर की ओर चले, नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले, ऐसे ही जग में आती है सुबहें, ऐसे ही शाम ढले, नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले। ला 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 ला।
थैंक यू।
ਲਓ ਜੀ
हाँ जी रेल गाड़ी आ जाओ, फिर सारे तैयार हो जाओ। या Vapi, Rose, and you can come, everyone. Actually, this is Yum's Delight Rail Gadi. This is dancing song.
Thank you very much, Yam's Delight. Dr. Manjeet ji, thank you very much. Yeah. So Rose?
This song actually is saying, jump on through, Yam's Delight, Rail Gatti.
Yeah.
This is the song.
Yam Delight Liberty, Yam Tikari Moshi, Train Asia.
Gatti, this is your
Now we are making Yam Delight Train. America, yeah.
I'd like all of you to join. If you can't walk, you have knee problems, just step little, please. मैं कुछ बोलती हूँ कि तुम मेरा कमांड और क्या है तुम्हारे वास्ते, please. बस आए, आते रहे, जा, नमस्कार. Without me asking you, Mama, it's okay. India.
Sasa, Abu ये तकवा engine है. You will be the guard. Yeah? Yeah. Yam's light is engine, yeah. Is engine. So we will follow you. Now, आजो सारे आजो. Yeah, this is. थोड़ा शुगल हो जाएगा अमरजीत. आजो आजो. शर्मा जी. शर्मा जी. पगानी. शर्मा जी. आजो आजो आजो. ठीक हो? आजो. Yeah. Now we are starting Yam's Delight Rail. Yeah. This is dancing song. We will dance together. Hi. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਜਾਓ ਸਾਰੇ. आ जाओ रेल बना लो, रेलगाड़ी बना लो. आ जाओ. Yam's Delight रेलगाड़ी. Yam's Delight. रल मुंडिया ने देखो यारो कौमी रेल चलाई. रल मुंडिया ने देखो यारो कौमी रेल चलाई. डोंबा ते एक लंबी रेल बनाई. पर हो जा सोनिए साडी रेल गड्डी है. पर हो जा हीरिए साडी रेल गड्डी है. पर हो जा सोनिए साडी रेल गड्डी है. पर हो जा हीरिए साडी रेल गड्डी है. Everybody say Yam Delight. Hey hey Yam Delight. Hey hey Yam Delight. Hey hey Yam Delight. Hey hey. कुका हमारे चीका मारे. आजो सारे. कुका हमारे चीका मारे. आजो सारे. ओ स्टेशन ते होनी साडी कुड़ियां नाल लड़ाई. पर हो जा सोनी साडी रेल गड्डी आई. पर हो जा हीरिए साडी रेल गड्डी आई. पर हो जा हीरिए साडी रेल गड्डी आई. Everybody say Yam Delight. Hey hey Yam Delights. Hey hey Yam Delights. Hey hey Yam Delight. Hey hey. सपने वांगू वल पे खावे. ਹੇ ਵਾਂਗ ਹਨੇਰੇ ਚੜਦੀ ਜਾਵੇ, ਸਪਨੀ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਵੱਲ ਪਈ ਖਾਵੇ, ਵਾਂਗ ਹਨੇਰੇ ਚੜਦੀ ਜਾ। ਇਸ ਗੱਡੀ ਦੀ ਚਰਚਾ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਦਿਨ ਵਧਾਈ, ਪਰਾਂ ਹੋ ਜਾ ਸੋਹਣੀਏ ਸਾਡੀ ਰੇਲ ਗੱਡੀ ਆਈ, ਸਾਡੀ ਰੇਲ ਗੱਡੀ ਆਈ। Yum delight, hey hey, yum delight, hey hey, yum delight, hey hey, yum delight, hey hey. ਕਈਆਂ ਅੱਖ ਮਟਕੇ ਕੀਤੇ ਤੇ ਕਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਦਾਰੂ ਪੀਤੇ, ਕਈਆਂ ਅੱਖ ਮਟਕੇ ਕੀਤੇ, ਕਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਰਲ ਦਾਰੂ ਪੀਤੇ। ਕਈ ਯਾਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਗੱਡੀ ਤੋਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਬੜੀ ਕਮਾਈ, ਪਰਾਂ ਹੋ ਜਾ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਰੇਲ ਗੱਡੀ ਆਈ, ਪਰਾਂ ਹੋ ਜਾ ਹੀਰੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਰੇਲ ਗੱਡੀ ਆਈ। Yum delight, hey hey, yum delight, hey hey, yum delight, hey hey, yum delight, hey hey, yum delight, yum delight. ਆਈ 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 ਉਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਰੇਲ ਗੱਡੀ ਆਈ, ਆਈ 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 ਉਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਰੇਲ ਗੱਡੀ ਆਈ। Yum delight, hey hey, yum delight, yum delight. Thank you very much, yum delight. Thank you very much, everyone.
ਕੁਛ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ? ਖਤਮ?
ਬਸ ਹਾਂ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਅੱਧਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਗਾ ਲਓ। If you wish to sing, it's fine now. You go to stage.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗਾਣਾ ਕੋਈ?
Thank you very much, everyone.
ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਗਾ।
ਉਹ ਜਮ ਜਲਾ